Okay, let's develop the knight. The bishop out. Let's see if we can give our king some company if we're castling on the king's side. Let's just bring the bishop through. More pieces. Oh, don't look like they're giving us that time, so we may as well take this bishop off the board. Open up the dark squared bishop. Let's make some space for castling. Right X-ray through to the king. King's safety. We'll bring the bishop back. So we've been practicing the classical aspects of the chess, trying to bring it into rapid play. Key thing is art of patience, not rushing anything, especially the calculation. Just hit the pawn. Just kind of trying to cause a bit of disruption. Or simply capture. It's not about not moving fast, it's about not moving fast with calculations and making duff moves. We can bring the bishop back or put a diagonal towards the king. So now we're kind of focused now really on looking at any potential pressure towards the king if we can. The knight is supported by the queen at the minute solely, but we need to develop our other knight first, potentially, just to get more pieces into the game. Does look like they're going to be pushing the e-pawn to try and cause a disturbance that way. Could potentially bring the knight down, we could go for a blocker. So you have to push with the e, so we could push forward, but obviously the queen will take. Simple capture, looks like it would work. We'll get forked if they don't move, so we're going to have to capture. The knight's captured. Didn't really expect them to do that, thought they would get a bit arty, but it looks pretty simple. The rook's defending the queen, so if we do move the bishop, bishop can come back supporting the knight as well. So not really trying to open up space for them potentially, but I'm not too bothered if I do have to take their knight off the board. Gives us time to develop our knights, get more pieces into the game. Is there an exchange of the queen or not? As we said, the queen's supported by the rook, supported by the bishop as well. Is there any way in towards their king? I'm still focused on the bishop holding the diagonal towards the king. I have this feeling in my water. But if it changes, it changes, and I'll have to knock tunnel vision on that aspect. And it's purely because they've opened up the h-pawn. I'm thinking, well, we've still got the dark square bishop on. It looks like they're pairing up to attack our pawn. Our pawn is supported. What's he doing? Looking to come towards our king. Don't look like there's a supported attack coming towards my king there. My brain's going a little bit too fast now. Just going to slow it down with the art of patience. Right, that was a half burp there. Excuse me. Get the knight off the back. Show a bit of patience. Develop the pieces. Still have this focus of this our dark square bishop managing the diagonal towards their king. Now that x-raying through to our queen does give us an opportunity to move our queen off of the line. We don't have to double the pawns, we can take with the knight. If they so choose to actually capture the queen. Oh, they've taken our knight. I'm not too sure if that's the right thing to be doing, because we get a higher piece, don't we? And the knight is defending the queen. We're not having to double the pawns, and even if it wasn't there, the pawn would be able to take the queen. So I think that was a bit rushed, that move. Or has it improved their position on the board and I've totally missed something? Attacking our king area. No, we look fairly defended around our king area. The queen's coming to attack the knight, which doesn't have any protection. We could bring a rook behind, supporting. Could move the knight back to where it came from, attacking their knight. And the long-term goal was for the bishop to be managing that diagonal towards their king. And what's this knight doing? Oh, it's got like a mate thing. Let's get this knight here supporting. Well, it's not a mate, but a check on the king. Going for the cheapie. So now our rook's got a discovered check on their queen. Again, still taking time, out of patience, looking at what the opponent can potentially do to me. And trying to block things off as best possible. All the while I've got the long-term goal of my dark square bishop somehow doing some sort of management of the diagonal towards their king, which is looking a lot better now that their queen is under pressure. Maybe the rooks can start doubling up on the d-file and we'll get the bishop blocking their king. Long-term goal. That's the classical thinking side of things. So that's basically utilizing classical type of thinking in the faster play game. So feeling fairly happy and comfortable that we're thinking like this. Whether we can get it off or not, different kettle of fish, but at the minute we've got a bit of pressure on their higher piece, which is the queen, with a lesser piece, which is the rook, which is supported. They've moved the queen out of the way, but it does give our rook space to actually put a check on their king, because the bishop's blocking their rook. And then we could then bring the bishop and put the check on the king. And I suppose he could push a pawn down, couldn't he? But then our queen can go up and take the f pawn. And we're putting a bit of pressure on the king. Long-term thinking. I can't see... And they've moved there dead quickly. And I don't think I need to think too much about my next move. It can be defended, obviously. Can push the pawn down. But as we said, our queen can go and take the f-pawn, which would be potentially kind of a checkmate. So on the face of it, it looks like nothing was happening in the build-up towards this position. And I think it all stems on the fact of having a focal point on how I kind of wanted to end the game, with the bishop being on the diagonal towards the king, and somehow, some way, it's fallen into place. And the opponent's resigned.